Afternoon, everyone. I guess if I think back at last year's annual general meeting, we focused a lot on the impact of higher interest rates on global listed infrastructure in particular, following that rapid monetary policy tightening of the preceding 12 to 18 months. And the chairman has addressed that, but I think I'm going to reiterate some of that. We think it's a very key time for infrastructure, and it's a very key point on how these stocks have behaved. Utilities in particular are sensitive to rate rises because they do carry considerable levels of debt due to their reliable income streams. Electricity, gas, water, and a lot of these also do have renewables, but these account for about half of the infrastructure benchmark. And their underperformance over that period has really dragged on the overall performance of the asset class. So now we're at a different time. So the monetary policy cycle has continued to mature in the period following last year's AGM. And over the last year, when we've speculated when the US Federal Reserve would begin lowering interest rates, that has begun. So in September, the central bank cut rates by larger than expected 50 basis points. So we've entered a new phase, and I guess the expectations are that the Fed will continue to cut through 2025. Now, this policy easing by the world's largest economy is a significant tailwind, we believe, for global listed infrastructure, particularly as more than half of the infrastructure index does consist of US stocks. In addition, though, most other major developed and emerging economies have also begun cutting interest rates, or they're expected to in the near term. So as the chairman noted, in recent months, the asset class has responded positively. It's posted solid gains, and it's outperformed broader global equity markets, and we hope that continues. We are coming up to, I guess, an anniversary or 10-year anniversary. And when we established Argo Infrastructure, approximately a decade ago, we did recognise, that the global infrastructure space was, complex and quite diverse across asset class and geography, and it required a specialist portfolio manager with a truly global presence. And so after careful consideration, we decided on Cohen & Steers. And just as a reminder, Cohen & Steers was founded in 1986. It's listed on the New York Stock Exchange, and it does have people, and operations in offices worldwide. So I guess we call it on the ground close to infrastructure assets, and we believe this does provide them with a distinct competitive advantage. Their local presence does provide valuable insights and connections with industry participants, and more importantly, relationships and local knowledge with regulators. Infrastructure is a sector that's prone to regulatory change. So this, together with Cohen & Steers' process and expertise, has continued to generate outperformance relative to the benchmark across all time periods of ALI's history. For those of you that may have come to the roadshow that Argo and ALI held in May, Tyler Rosenlicht from Cohen & Steers joined us, one of their senior portfolio managers. He was here to share his insights into the asset class and its outlook, and we look forward to having another member of the Cohen & Steers team present when we visit various capital cities next May as well. As the chairman mentioned, the lead portfolio manager, Ben Morton, he'll share Cohen & Steers' latest views on global listed infrastructure in a video we'll just play shortly. And just before we play that, though, I'd also like to acknowledge the team, the Argo team, who are the manager of Argo Infrastructure. You've met Steve, who I'm looking forward to working with, and a lot of other members of staff are here as well. Also like to thank the chairman and the non-executive directors for their roles. Welcome Sarah to the board. Farewell Joycelyn from the board, and look forward to working with the board over the coming year. And I wish all of you well, our shareholders, as we run into the end of the year. It's a busy time. Can't believe how quickly the year's gone. We thank you for your continued support, and we look forward to seeing you next year.